a moment to say how excited I am to have the film showing here in Venice. It means a great deal to me. And it also means a great deal to Owen, who wants me to express to you how excited he is about having the movie here, and to say that he wishes that he could be here with all of us now. And we all miss having him here very much right now. Obviously, he's been through quite a lot this week, but I can tell you that he's doing very well, and he's been making us laugh. And when he's ready, he's going to speak for himself much better than any of us could. He's got a very good way with words. So in the meantime, I'd like to ask you to help us to protect his privacy and his wish to keep that opportunity to speak for himself. So please, if you would, just allow us to talk only about the movie instead, which we all made together, and we're so pleased to have been invited to show you here. Thank you. Okay.
This is a very tragic question, but I will try to make it comic if I can by answering. I'm very proud to work in comedies, and sometimes Wes calls his movies comedies. Sometimes we all go with tragedies, but it's the difference between them is it's the same acting. It's the same. If you can do a comedy, you can do a tragedy. I'm not sure it works the other way around all the time. I think it's easier, and I think we'd all agree, it's easier to make people cry than to make them laugh. We've probably made people more miserable than we've made them happy in our lives, and I think that's our assignment for the rest of the week here in Venice. Okay. Okay. But I think acting in comedy is you have to just be just as truthful as you can be. You know, this is a very tragic question, but I will try to make it comic if I can by answering. I'm very proud to work in comedies, and sometimes Wes calls his movies comedies. Sometimes we all go with tragedies, but it's the difference between them is it's the same acting. It's the same. If you can do a comedy, you can do a tragedy. I'm not sure it works the other way around all the time. And I think it's easier, and I think we'd all agree, it's easier to make people cry than to make them laugh. We've probably made people more miserable than we've made them happy in our lives, and I think that's our assignment for the rest of the week here in Venice. Okay. Okay. But I think acting in comedy is you have to just be just as truthful as you can be. You know, and you can't count on Randy Poster's music to help you out. You've got to be able to do it yourself, without a score, without dramatic lighting, because you know it's hard. When you have the faces that we have here, Jason and myself, for example, Boris, when you're this handsome, this beautiful, you have to make the audience forget that so they can laugh. You understand what I'm saying? Did that come across?
Well, I came to Rome a couple of years before the Life Aquatic for the first time, and as soon as I got here, I knew I wanted to spend a lot of time in this place. And we went to visit Cinecittà during that week, and you know, I immediately started making plans to make a film here. Actually, also, I think this movie, our Indian movie, kind of started while I was here, and I feel like there's some connection between Italy and India, which I'm not the first person to remark about, but both of those places I feel a particular affection for. I don't know if that answers your question. On a ship at a film festival, and that's supposed to be Venice. We shot it in Naples because we couldn't travel that far. We didn't have the money to get all the way up here. But it was supposed to be Venice. But it was Italy. Anyway.
His mystery father, you'll find out in tomorrow's paper. There's going to be an announcement in the newspaper tomorrow about that. As far as what it's like to work with Wes Anderson, I would say finally in this film I have the role in his movie that I've always cherished. I have the role where you get to fly all the way to India, spend a couple of weeks hanging around, do maybe 2 days work, then go back to America for a few weeks, rest, relax, enjoy, and then come back to India, spend a couple more weeks hanging around, do 1 day's work, hang around a little bit more, do some shopping, sightseeing, fly back to America, rest and relax, and then come over here to Venice, spend 6, 7, 8, 9 days drinking and eating and having the best time, and come over here and spend about 1 hour working, and then go back to the party. This is what I cherish about this man.
Sure. I've always wanted to make a film about 3 brothers because I'm one of 3 brothers, and I kind of feel like we spent our whole lives growing up just fighting with each other all the time. That seemed like to be our main way of communicating all our lives. It seems like that's pretty common among brothers, and yet they're the closest people in the world to me. So that always interested me, and then also there are some brother-like relationships that are a part of the film. I think I've been friends with Owen and Luke and Andrew Wilson, like brothers, for many years, and they're all very much a part of our story. And Roman and Jason and I think we became like brothers over the course of this film. And then when it came time to do the movie, Adrian joined us. And Owen and I were actually talking the other day about how difficult it is for us to write strong female characters. But while we were having the conversation, I just looked around, there were like 9 guys just standing around together. It's kind of similar to this diet. Anyway, I do feel drawn to those. He's brother, father.
Annalisa?
Well, all the characters are fictional. It's important to keep that in mind as we have these conversations. But if the suggestion is that we should move on at this point, then I think the next movie I'm doing is about some animated foxes. So I think that should be a departure. No, they won't. I don't know if everybody... Does everybody understand the question? Everybody else hears it, or do I have to reiterate? I'll just tell. She's asking if the characters if Bill Murray's character or the character, maybe the character Natalie Portman is playing in the short film, if those are going to be developed further in other later work. And I think it's enough. Well, Paolo Sorrentino, what films did he make? What did he do? What did he make, Paolo Sorrentino?
Le conseguenze dell'amore. Do you know le conseguenze dell'amore? Vabbè, non credo sia stato tradotto, tradotto il titolo. Vabbè, ok, andiamo avanti, perché poi queste domande, per carità, sono tutte legittime, però poi non è che tutti i nostri ospiti, i nostri registi conoscano.
No, I haven't seen his films, but I am a fan of his starting now, and I'm going to find out about it. I don't agree with his styles. I think I would not be the guy to go to for Lord of the Rings for a variety of reasons. I think I would be able to deliver it for a low budget very quickly, but I don't think I would get I don't know if I could make it the kind of box office success that they want. But I appreciate his thought, because I think he may be the only person that would see it that way. I love the Beatles. Roman and Jason and I talked about the Beatles sometimes during the movie. They won't let you use that for movies, the Beatles. So that sort of scratches them off the list. So we really didn't really think about them much. I tried to use the Beatles when we did the Royal Tenenbaums. It doesn't work. The colors, I don't know